So,
Paul, we're meatheads, the two of us. We've just talked for an hour about nothing important. That should have been the name of this podcast. Nothing important.
there you go, Andrew. There's the title. But what else? What are we going to save the world? What are we doing? I love how people. What are we going to say? Talk about?
No, that's my thing about. I got so much shit for that fucking Netflix thing I hosted. Because all I was doing, I went up there and was like, all right, all of this shit that I'm doing kills. So I know I'm bringing A material, but it's all topical and it's not going to be like worth anything. So I did my COVID shit and I did my Rittenhouse material. And oh my God, dude, you want to talk about fucking babies?
What you got? They hit you up?
Oh God, it was like I usually get it from the hairy-legged white chick liberals. Now I got it from the conservative side. Oh yeah, they call me a government shill. That's the funniest shit ever. And I just want to say to all of those fucking idiots, all of these people that, because I used to be like heavy into conspiracy theory and like Federal Reserve and all that. I mean, I'm still,
government shill.
I still like, I still believe in all that it's a fucking Ponzi scheme. And this fucking bullshit now where you blame ties for gas prices rather than it all comes down to the fact that we don't control our own money supply and there's no gold behind it and they just keep printing fucking money. Andrew will tell you that's what the fuck it is. So, but I fucking waved my arms about it for 5 years. Nothing. All I did was just meet other people with their eyebrows up, waving their fucking arms. Nothing fucking happens. And in the meantime, your life is going by. Yeah. So it's just like, and listen, man, if you want to start a fucking revolution, go ahead and start it. But like, I don't know what to do about it. So I'm not going to sit here flat my arms about the fucking Ponzi scheme for my whole goddamn life. And then what? And then I just die and I was that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do. It's like I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck about the style of government. I don't give a fuck that people are corrupt. I don't give a fuck. And all of these fucking lunatics that give a fuck when they got in power or what they wanted to have happen, get in power, the psychos from their group would get the power and they would do shit. It's like you look at it with all of it, dude. The Me Too, the fucking Time's Up, all of that shit, dude. Like it's just classic. Whatever the mission is, whatever it starts off, who doesn't agree with that? And then you just watch people harnessing. Bless you, Paul.
Thank you.
Watch people harness the power of a movement, and it always, in the end, it's just becomes some corrupt fucking horseshit for whoever's, the talking head for their own fucking self-interest. And that's why I like when people, compare like capitalism to communism and all of that type of shit. It's just like neither one of them's really that bad. The problem is that there's human beings executing it, and we're all fucking flawed. And there's greed, and there's power, and there's pussy, and there's boats, and there's sticks, and there's all of this shit, and it just goes off the fucking rails.
That's 100% true. That's why I just make sure my kids are okay. I stay in the country. Oh, by the way, check this out. Stacy sent me a property in Italy because we're thinking about buying a piece of property in Italy. Like, dude, like less than $500,000 right by the ocean in Italy. Fucking beautiful mountainside. Kind of away from everything, fly out there, walk around the beach, go inside, have a good glass of wine.
Be it the whole fucking year and then come out, you go out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go out there, Paul, learn how to speak Italian.
The only thing is I just got to figure out how to get on. I just got to figure out how to not fly with people. I got to figure out how to get on a jet. They got to come up with a more affordable way than buying one. There's got to be a way.
What do you mean? You want to fly private?
Yeah, but not for the money. Like they're like that. What's his name? Joe G was saying you could do something where like you and like 8 dudes that fly like can get one, and it's like way less money. So it's
and then you feel like you're taking that second plane to Des Moines. You're still on a plane with 20 fucking people, dude. I flew on one of those back from San Jose, dude, and there was this guy. Who had
it's already funny. It's already funny.
Astoundingly worst toupee I've ever seen in my fucking life. Dude, it was like jet black and it was the wet look. He looked like that.
It was shiny?
He walked in and was like, I want to look like Mario Lopez in 1988. It was like jet black, dude, like a lion's mane. And dude, the hairline was so fucked up. And I was just going to Dean. I'm like, dude, is this guy fucking serious right now? Dude, the only thing that was missing on that toupee was a handle to just take the thing off. It was, and you know what's funny? He was self-conscious. You could tell he knew it. He was getting on the plane, and I'm just sitting there fucking with my shaved head, just his hairline going like, buddy. Look at you. You got a round head. You got nice pigment or whatever. If I can pull it off, you can pull it off. What are you doing?
Was it long?
No, he didn't do that. No, he had it, but it was like he was dyeing his hair. You see, it's a slippery slope, that trying to stay young.
Yeah.
So at first, it's like he probably started balding when he was young. So he goes out and he gets himself a piece, right? And then his piece is black, and then this shit starts turning white. So then he's got to get the shoe polish fucking going in here. Yeah, dude. Yeah, all of a sudden, it's like you're Elizabeth Taylor every time you're trying to get fucking ready.
Oh, rest in peace to Paulie Walnuts, Tony Sirico, right? And James Caan.
Yeah.
Rest is, dude, man. James Caan, dude, unbelievable too, both of them. But James Caan,
they both had great runs. They both lived into their fucking 80s. We should be so lucky, man. That's great. That's a great run, and they lived their fucking dreams. I met that what's the name of the actor who played Paulie Walnuts?
I think Tony Sirico.
Tony Sirico, that's his name. Yeah, I met him one time at Gotham Comedy Club, and that guy was the real deal. Like you could see, like he lived a whole other life before he became like an actor. And there was like, you know, those guys where it just seems like they're like impulsive. You know, you're like, he had that thing where you're like, I don't know what this guy's gonna do.
Yeah, I heard. Well, he came from the streets and then got into acting, I heard.
Yeah, that guy you could tell was just a tough motherfucker. That's what I remember seeing. Is like, you know what? You know, usually, you know, you joke around as a comic. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna keep the wisecracks to myself with this guy.
What was your favorite James Caan movie?
Well, aside from The Godfather.
Yeah, I mean, The Godfather was so good, but he was great in Misery too.
Yeah, you know, that maybe Misery, because you used to play him playing, like the first time I really saw him was Sonny. And with Misery, it was like he was just so fucking vulnerable.
When he was scared and he like nodded to her, and you could tell he was like thinking of like how to get out of there. It was really good.
Yeah, and what I also liked about that performance is like you're just laying in a bed. He's basically like a head. So he can't like flail his arms around and do all of this shit. So he had to do it all had to happen here. And he absolutely crushed it. My God, that was such a
that was fucking dark, man.
Oh, when she comes with the cockadoodie something or other, I was like, oh my God, this chick is out of her fucking mind.
She was great when she went to Nice afterwards. Okay, tomorrow we'll have dinner. Yeah, bye. So it was just like, and he was just like, and as soon as she left, he's like looking around to escape and shit. Unreal.
Dude, you know, in the book, she cut his feet off.
Oof.
Which I don't get. Like, how did he not bleed out at that point? Like, how did she cauterize that shit?
Dude, when she broke his feet with that hobbling thing with that fucking hammer, dude, that was right up there with when Joe Pesci got buried alive with his brother in Casino, where you just have to just wince and turn around.
No, nothing was worse than that.
That was the worst one for sure.
That was the worst one. I mean, I've seen some shit in horror that is more grotesque, but the grotesqueness of it becomes like almost like animated, like it just becomes like a cartoon or whatever. But like that shit. Oh, by the way, dude, I actually stumbled onto this interview of Frank Abagnale or whatever. Remember that Leonardo DiCaprio
Yeah, I was actually
movie?
thinking about that. Catch Me If You Can. Frank Abagnale Jr. Yeah.
Frank Abagnale, dude, he's on Johnny Carson, and he basically, all the shit that he's talking about that he does, they put in the movie. Except for one fucking thing he did, dude. He tells this fucking story. He's staying at some fucking hotel in Miami. And he's like 18, but he goes, I looked older, so I told people I was 26. And he meets this smoking hot model who's like a fucking call girl. She's an escort. And he goes, what does it cost for the night? She goes, what do you think I'm worth? He said, I don't know, 300. She goes, more than that. So he basically settles on like $1,000, right? So he goes to give her a check. He goes, I'm going to take this check right now. He goes, I'm going to go downstairs and cash it. She goes, the hotel's not going to cash this check at this time of night. He goes, first of all, I own 30% of this hotel. Second of all, this is a cashier's check and blah, 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 and all this. He just made all of this shit up. All right. And he made it out for $1,400 because he wanted to get an extra $400 for him after he played this escort. So she goes, I'll tell you what. She goes, just give me the check and I'll give you the $400 extra. He said, good deal. So he banged her and she also gave him $400 with an escort. I mean,
that's in the movie.
Like nobody's ever done that ever.
Isn't that Jennifer Gardner?
That's in the movie Jennifer Gardner. Yeah, he
that's
doesn't
in the movie.
He doesn't say that he owned the hotel, but it is in the movie.
Jennifer Gardner comes through. Yeah,
I'm an idiot. I can't even remember movies that I saw. I mean, that movie was 20 years ago. I just love Christopher Walken. Always, where you going, Frank? Where you going?